What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash for crypto investor. We are talking about LTC and Compound for Cactus or Cactus, depending on the accent that you choose. But BCH, LTC, and Compound is the name of today's video. The name of the game for today's video. I'm going to pause the music here. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about these, but shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon, as always. High to low here, you can see that we actually were reaching for the 2272. I was very convinced that we were going to go above there. There were a lot of people who were upset that I was wrong. I'm upset about it too, guys. Don't get me wrong. I wish I was right all the time. Can't happen. Can't be. And you know what? I still called for prices to go lower. At, let's see, what was it, $666 around there. I mean, before this day. I know I made a bearish video on that day as well, but and we're lower since then. But whenever my live stream was, my last live stream, I know I was bearish then, and that was still at the top. So yes, I was bullish before, but if you've been keeping up, you know that things flipped. It's okay to be fluid, man. You got to take the charts. I was saying this in another video. You can't, if you try to base your decisions off of what you think is going to happen in the future, you're going to get wrecked more often than if you react in the present. Predicting the future versus reacting off of the information in front of you. It's reacting off of the information in front of you will most of the time guide you in a better direction, right? Instead of closing your eyes with what you had in the past to predict the future, being ever present with the new data that's showing up, and it will show up and it will be new. Sometimes it proves you wrong. As long as you flip your decision at the right points, I think it's fine. And even here, being at $608, I do think that Bitcoin Cash is going to go lower. You know, I think that we've got lower to go, absolutely. There are a lot of people that seem to be hopeful of the price moving up across crypto, not just for Bitcoin Cash, but for other cryptos. And maybe there are some that move up. Maybe Bitcoin Cash even moves all the way back up to 685 or something like that. It could happen. We are at the 50 area on the daily, finding support here. We did it before. We absolutely could, and we're at the 1886 now. We could move up here. Maybe we do get that move up to $800, and then we move back down. At this point in time, I'm not considering that. I wouldn't be surprised if we moved up to about 680 and then moved down. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Maybe even 700 itself. But I do inevitably believe that we will see prices at about $508. Let's call it 510, maybe even 530. No, let's say, yeah, we'll say 530. 530 to 473 is my personal range that I'd feel the most confident in. Trying to choose my words carefully here. It's the most confident that I'm in is 530 to 470, a little $60 range there. It's kind of a big range, but that's what you get. More specifically around that $500 area, which is right in the middle of that range. And we could go as low as 430. We absolutely could, but I don't think that we'd go down to 400. If we went down that low, we'd still be fine, but I don't think that we would. But down nonetheless, even if we move up in the more immediate terms. I do want to look at the date or the 4 hour. 4 hours showing some bullish divergence, yes, but it's not too bullish, and we're not. I mean, it already fulfilled itself. We could be moving lower. That move up to about 680 to 700, it might not come. We just might not get it, But the 4 hour does look pretty abysmal. The daily, it's not totally bad. You do have bearish, hidden bullish divergence showing itself, but once we get a day to close below here, that's when I think the floodgates will open down to that $500 area. So closing below about 590 will result in a move that'll take us down lower. A lot of you are asking how long I think it'll take for us to get down there. I really don't know, man. Let's kind of do this, right? Let's assume from the last kind of two areas that we've had, from a high to when we got our breakout kind of this consolidation, we were starting to move up and turn bullish. That was 17 bars. We found our low within the first 2 bars. So 2 out of 17. I mean, I don't know what that is, but that's greater than 10%, right? I don't know what that would be. 10% of the move over that. From here to where we started to break out, it was essentially right here. That was 24 bars, and we found our low no, sorry, not 24. Was that 240? 242 bars, my bad. And 48 bars is where we found the low. So 48 out of 242. I just wonder, man. Let's look at it real quick. Google.com calculator. What are the numbers here? 48 divided by 242. I remember that. 48 divided by 242. That'd be about 19% of the whole consolidation phase, right? So 19% of it is how long it took to find this low. The rest of it was just consolidating and being boring. We had 2 out of, what was it, 17 is what we decided. Technically, you didn't break out until 20, but we're just going to say 17 because I think that's where you had like your initial like breakout move. Like really, that's like where it started. It's like all part of the same move here. So 2 out of 17 divided by 17. It's like 11.7%. So I don't know. It's probably however long it takes to find the low. The only reason I'm doing this, it's going to be a lot less time than it takes to complete the pattern and then get ready for our next phase up, right? It'll probably be months, plural months, before we start moving up again. That's my thoughts. I think it'll be longer than this consolidation phase, but shorter than this one, right? A different size all on its own, but lower nonetheless. Again, somewhere around $500, give or take $30 in either direction. That's what I think for BCH. When does it get to that low? I don't know, man. It could be tomorrow. It could be 2 weeks from now. But I would think it takes less than a month to find the lows, and then probably more than 2 months from here to start moving up again at the rates that we've become accustomed to with the Green Dragon. But one last time, shout out to the Dragon Riders. I do think that we are going down for the time being, and then I think we're going to move up in due time. And again, don't be surprised. Don't feel the FOMO if we move up to $680, $700. I was saying that in the beginning. I don't feel as confident that we actually could go up there. I actually think we're going to start moving down rather immediately. But is it going to be rapid? Is it going to be a lot? Maybe, maybe not. You know, but down nonetheless is what I'm thinking. LTC kind of got a double top here in your RSI. You do have 1, 2, 3 peaks, all lower highs, with 1, 2, 3 peaks, all higher highs. You could move back down to about, I mean, you already have moved back down to about $94. So do you move up from here? That's a good question. You are at your 50, looking like you're finding support. If today were to close red, especially if you were to close below about $96.80, I would think that you are going lower, potentially all the way back down to like $78, $80. Yeah, I'd feel comfortable in saying like 78, maybe 86, something like that is where you go for LTC. So down is what I think. On the weekly here, let's see. Low to high, 87, 80, yeah, stuff like that. Anyways, probably down is what I got to say. Finding resistance at previous areas of resistance. I do think that the moves that we were talking about up toward like $200, $150 in between there, maybe even higher than that, it's still on the table. It's just for now you're probably going to take a break. I don't think you'll go below these lows, but I do think you could stand to lose about $20 from here, maybe $15, maybe just $10, but still a sizable bit down for a $98 asset. I can't talk today, man. I don't know what it is, but that's LTC. Let's talk about Compound now to finish this bad boy up. Compound doing the exact same thing that it's been doing. It's not doing anything new. And when it's time to move up, which is probably going to be soon, we're going to see a move that's going to take us above $230, but potentially somewhere around $300, maybe even higher than that, in a very short amount of time. And I would bet that we are about to start seeing that move pretty soon, but we're just consolidating until then. How long could we consolidate for? Well, it's been about a month and a half already. It could be another month and a half, but I would think it's probably going to be in the coming weeks that we move up, but who knows? We'll see. Time will tell. Weekly RSI does stand to reason that you would find support here, but again, you could go lower and still look fine, but it would make sense to kind of bounce off of this area. So yeah, that's compound, man. That's all I got. And again, whenever we do bounce, whenever we do see this next reaction, this positive reaction, $230 to $300, maybe even as high as about $530 to $600 is on the table. If compound moves down from here, it's not going to be by much. I don't think we're going to break below $63. So that's all that, man. I do find it interesting. That so many people are bearish, not just on compound, but on other things now, or you're getting worried. And it's like, you guys, there's nothing. I mean, to me, it's nothing to worry about, right? We've been moving sideways for a month and a half. Like, I don't think there's anything worrying at all. We're consolidating above previous areas of resistance that we broke out from. It's actually a really good thing. It's a really healthy thing. So I think we're just getting ready for our next move up. And when is that going to be? It could be next week. It could be a month from now. But, wouldn't you feel foolish if during this very healthy phase of consolidation, you sold this coin for something that's going down, because a lot of cryptos are going down right now, when this one would have just been moving sideways and being boring still. So, or potentially even moving up. But don't let these boring times scare you. They say that moving down can make you feel trapped, right? But moving sideways makes you feel impatient, and you make irrational decisions whenever you're impatient. So, sometimes at times it's better to be trapped, because then you're just in it for the long haul, and you will catch that move inevitably higher. But whenever you're being bored out of the market, you sell, that move comes up, and you didn't get like stuck in it to begin with. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.